It is such an honor to be next to you all, for real. I am not going to lie, I had no inner sense of how emotional I would feel hearing you all talk about your work. This is a very surprising feeling that I'm having come up right now as I was thinking about what I would say. It just felt like a very sort of light and easy and just light way to be together and talk about what we love to do. And wow, it's deep and real and emotional. And so thank you for setting that tone. I appreciate that. And so I don't have a lot of I's, a lot of what I love. For me, I thought about just sharing a couple stories. So right now, there are two boys who go to Deerfield Academy who are probably still asleep because they get to go to school late today, because they are going to go over to Eagle Brook, across 5 and 10, right across the street, right over there in your neck of the woods, yep. They're going to go across 5 and 10. They're going to go up to Eagle Brook, which is where they went. They went to Eagle Brook. And these are two boys who were out practicing together, and one of them went into cardiac arrest. And the other kid saved his life. And they were interviewed on national news, and they were asked, where did you learn CPR? You're in like 9th grade. Where did you learn that? Eagle Brook hired me to come and teach all of their kids CPR 4 years ago, and 3 years ago, and 2 years ago, and tomorrow. And so these kids get to come and tell their story for their fellows at Eagle Brook, because all these kids, almost 300 of them, tomorrow are going to go through my course. How amazing! This is freaking amazing. I have you just don't know. You have no idea when you're working with people what the ripples and echoes will be of your work. I had no idea, no clue. And I'm so grateful that that was brought to my attention. I think perhaps even other miracles happen that I don't even get to hear about. So that's one that comes to my mind. And then in my inbox, actually it was my LinkedIn, I got a LinkedIn message about 3 weeks ago, and it was a picture of a woman, maybe about my age, with an elderly gentleman. I'm like, oh, I don't know these people. This must be a mistake. Maybe this is a phishing situation. I don't know what this is. And it was just the picture. And I was not going to respond to it, because then you get caught up in it all. But a moment later, another message came in and said, I was the first on scene at a car accident, and this gentleman went into cardiac arrest while he was driving and had a car accident. I was the first person there, and I took your class 2 years ago, and I knew exactly what to do. I secured the scene, I called 911, got him out of the car, no response, no breathing. I initiated CPR. He was conscious by the time the ambulance got there. Like, so awesome! It's totally amazing. And then this other woman told me this story. I taught a class at Hartsburg for some new parents, which is always an experience to teach brand new parents, because often they're really quite anxious, and so it's as much counseling as it is teaching CPR and first aid. And she shared with me how her child gets hives all over their chest and neck when they get cold. And she had been telling her doctor about it, and her doctor was like, oh, it's nothing. You just bring her in, bring her inside, it's no big deal, it's fine. And she's like, I'm really, really concerned about it. And I was able to validate for her that, believe it or not, you can go into anaphylactic shock from the cold. We all think of bees and peanuts and latex and, tree nuts and other things like that, but you can. And I validated that gut instinct for her. And she said to her doctor, I need EpiPens. I need a prescription for EpiPens. The doctor rolled their eyes and was like, all right, I'll give you the prescription. But yeah, I don't think you're ever going to need to use them. She called me about 6 months later, and this child went into full anaphylactic shock out in the cold, hives, swollen eyes, swollen lips, swollen tongue, swollen airway, wheezing, unable to breathe. The dad administered the EpiPen, and she regained her ability to breathe. And, it was just this harrowing story for these new parents inside of their first year with their child. It's such a vivid memory of the child was in a wagon when it all happened, and he saved his daughter's life. So awesome. And then there's one more that I have that I'm really excited about right now. My car today is filled to the gills with first aid supplies. Because I've actually had 3 families call me, but one family, and I'm supporting them all, but one in particular was really compelling. It was a Greenfield Center School family, and the class of kids is very upset about the war that is going on in Ukraine, and just don't know how to be with those feelings. And like you said, service and doing really is the way to cope and to thrive in these times. And so we put together a plan to make a filling station. So I'm leaving here and we're going to make a buffet filling station of hemostatic agents, trauma pads, burn gels, burn dressings, tourniquets. We've got it all lined up, and the kids are going to take their empty kits and fill everything as they go along. And my kids helped me last night. My kids helped me fill all these bulk boxes of these items, and I could really, really feel that the service and action and doing, it's amazing. It's really important, and having a sense of purpose is, I think, so critical for all humans. And so especially in these times, if we can have a sense of purpose, it's really what it takes right now. So I'm so grateful to be able to coordinate such things. I'm so lucky. And a lot of it people, it wasn't my idea, it was other people. So I'm so grateful to be in a position that people will come to and ask for support and share their ideas, and we can make it happen. So there you go. Those are my thoughts. And thanks for listening. Thanks for being here. And yeah, thanks to all my partners in Franklin County, all these different places where I teach at Hitchcock Brewing. Yep. Yeah, great. Thank you all.